Today's topic is blood. Blood is a fluid connective tissue which is present in all organisms. Blood is about 45% formed element and 55% of blood plasma. Blood is slightly alkaline by nature. Its pH ranging from 7.3 to 7.4. It constitutes 20 to 30% of extracellular fluid, amounting to 8% of the total body mass. The blood volume is 5 to 6 liter of an average sized adult male and 4 to 5 liter in an average sized adult female. The primary function of blood is to supply nutrients and constitutional element to tissues and to remove waste product. Blood also enables cells and different substances to be transported between tissues and organs. Problems with blood composition or circulation can lead to downstream tissue malfunction. Blood is also involved in maintaining hemostasis by acting as a medium for transferring heat to the skin and by acting as a buffer system for bodily pH. The blood is circulated around the lungs and body by the pumping action of the heart. Additional return pressure may be generated by gravity and the action of skeletal muscle. Oxygen is carried throughout the body by the blood circulation. Next, blood has following component, that is plasma, RBC, WBC and platelets. Next is about plasma. Plasma is made up of 90% water, 7 to 8% soluble protein, 1% electrolytes and 1% elements in transit. 1% of plasma is salt which help with the pH of blood. Next, the largest group of solutes in plasma contain 3 important proteins and they are albumin, globulin and clotting protein. Albumin are the most common group of protein in plasma and consist of nearly 2/3 of them, that is 60 to 80%. And they are produced in the liver. The main function of albumin is to maintain the osmotic balance between the blood and the tissue fluid and is called colloidal osmotic pressure. In addition, albumin resists in transport of different materials such as vitamins and certain molecules and drugs. For example, bilirubin, fatty acid and penicillin. Next is about globulin. Globulin are a diverse group of protein designated into 3 groups, alpha, beta and gamma. Their main function is to transport various substances in the blood. So, it assists the body's immune system in defense against infection and illness. Next is about clotting protein. So, clotting protein are mainly produced in the liver. There are at least 12 substances known as clotting factor that participate in the clotting process. One important clotting protein that is present in blood mainly, that is fibrinogen, one of the main component in the formation of blood clot. In response to tissue damage, fibrinogen makes fibrin threads which serves as an adhesive in binding platelets, red blood cells and other molecules together to stop the blood flow. So next is about blood corpuscles. Blood corpuscles are the cells which float freely in plasma. These form about 40 to 45% of the blood. These are generally blood corpuscles and they are RBC, WBC and platelets. So let's start with platelet. Platelets are thrombocytes which are not whole cell but are cell fragments derived from megakaryocytes. A single megakaryocyte typically produced about 1000 platelets. Megakaryocytes are derived from the same hematopoietic stem cell that gives rise to erythrocytes or leukocytes. Platelets are basically fragments of megakaryocytes in which small cytoplasm remain enclosed by a piece of the plasma membrane, but they lack nuclei. Platelets are produced at a rate of 200 billion per day. Their production is regulated by the hormone called thrombopoietin. The circulating life of a platelet is 8 to 10 days. The sticky surface of the platelet allows them to accumulate at the site of broken blood vessel to form a clot. These aid in the process of hemostasis, that is blood stopping. Platelet secrete factors that increases local platelet aggregation, it enhances vasoconstriction, and it promote blood coagulation by the help of thromboexin A, serotonin and thromboplastin. This is all about platelet. Next is about RBC, that is red blood cells. RBCs are highly specialized for their oxygen transport. A healthy adult male has about 5.4 million and a healthy adult female has about 4.8 million RBCs per microliter of blood. The cytosol of RBCs contain the oxygen carrying protein, that is hemoglobin, which is a pigment that gives red color to the blood. The constituents about 33% of the cell's weight. A healthy individual has 12 to 16 gram of hemoglobin in every 100 ml of blood. Each RBC contains about 280 million hemoglobin molecule and are produced inside bone marrow and are produced from myeloid stem cell, and it has followed the following steps. That is, first step is pro-normoblast, then basophilic normoblast, then polychromatic normoblast, then orthochromatic normoblast, then polychromatic erythrocyte, then it converts to finally our erythrocyte, which is also known as RBC. Next, each RBC contains about 280 million hemoglobin molecules. The mature RBC have no nucleus and other membrane bound organelles. All their internal space is available for oxygen transport. RBCs have a concave shape which offers at least two advantages. First one is, if surrounded by a hypotonic solution, the RBC can swell considerably before bursting. Second one is, this shape has a large surface to volume ratio, which increases the efficiency of oxygen transfer across the RBC membrane. Next, its diameter, it ranges between 6.9 to 7.5 micron and its thickness at periphery is 2.2 micron and at center is 1 micron. It is normally disc shaped and biconcave by nature. Next, due to lack of mitochondria, RBC rely entirely on glycolysis for ATP formation. Since mature RBC lack nucleic acid and ribosomes, they cannot synthesize protein for cell repair, growth and division. So, for equipped only with initial supplies, which are synthesized before loss of their nucleus and organelles, RBCs survive an average of only about 120 days, that is about 4 months. Ruptured RBCs are removed from circulation and destroyed by fixed phagocytic macrophages in the spleen and liver, and the breakdown products are recycled. This is brought about by the macrophages of the reticuloendothelial system. Next is about hemoglobin and was first discovered by Honefield in 1840. The role of hemoglobin in the blood was elucidated by the physiologist Claude Barnett. The name hemoglobin is derived from the word hem and globulin, reflecting the fact that each subunit of hemoglobin is a globular protein with an embedded heme group. Each heme group contains one iron atom that are bind one oxygen molecule through ion-induced dipole forces. The most common type of hemoglobin in mammal contain 4 such subunits. This is involved in the transport of other gases. It carries some of the body's respiratory carbon dioxide as carb-amino-hemoglobin, in which carbon dioxide is bound to globin protein. The molecule also carries the important regulatory molecule, that is nitric oxide, which is bound to a globin protein in thiol group. It releases at the same time as oxygen. Next is about WBC, that is white blood cells. WBCs are different from RBC in the fact that they are usually larger in size, 10 to 14 micrometer in diameter. WBC do not contain hemoglobin, which in turn makes them translucent. Many times in diameter or picture, white blood cells are represented in a blue color, mainly because blue is the color of the stain used to see the cells. White blood cells also have nuclei. WBCs are about 5000 to 10,000 cells per microliter of blood. They are classified as either granular or agranular, depending on whether they contain conspicuous chemical filled cytoplasmic granule that are made visible by staining. Granular leukocytes contain neutrophil, eosinophil and basophil. Agranular leukocytes contain lymphocytes and monocytes. Among them, neutrophils are the most abundant WBC. It contains about 60 to 65% of the total WBCs, and basophils are the least number, that is 0.5 to 1%, and eosinophil contain eosinophilic cytoplasmic granules and stain orange red with acidic dyes such as eosin. And increase in circulating eosinophil is associated with allergic condition such as asthma and hay fever, and with internal parasite infestation, for example worms. Next is about basophil. Contains large basophilic cytoplasmic granule and stain blue purple with basic dye such as hematoxylin. They are quite similar structurally and functionally to mast cells, which never circulate in the blood but instead are dispersed in connective tissue throughout the body. Both basophil and mast cell synthesize and store histamine and heparin. Histamine releases is important in allergic condition, whereas heparin speed ups removal of fat particles from the blood. Next one is neutrophil. It contains small, evenly distributed granules. The cytoplasmic granules stain slightly pink. The nucleus of the neutrophil has 3 to 5 lobes as the cells age. The number of nucleus lobes increases because older neutrophils have several differentially different shapes of nucleus. They are often called polymorphonuclear leukocytes. Next is about monocytes. They are the mononuclear phagocytic leukocytes. They are kidney or shore-shaped nucleus. The color and appearance are due to very fine azurphilic granules, which are lysozymes. The blood transports monocytes into the tissue where they enlarge and differentiate into macrophages, and macrophages are phagocytic cells. Next is about lymphocytes. They are usually the second most numerous type of leukocyte. They are small cell with round nuclei and little cytoplasm. The lymphocytes are of two types, that is B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte. B lymphocytes protects us by protecting antibodies that combine with antigen and thereby target pathogens for destruction. T lymphocytes directly destroy cells and they have antigens. And lymphocytes are 25 to 30% of WBC and they help us to provide immune responses. So this is all about WBC or leukocytes. About the types of blood. The ABO blood group is represented by substances on the surface of RBCs. These substances are important because they contain specific sequences of amino acids and carbohydrates which are antigenic. As well as being on the surface of RBCs, some of these antigens are also present on the cells of other tissues. Over 400 different blood group antigen have been found. Many of these being are very rare. If an individual is exposed to a blood group antigen that is not recognized at self, the individual can become sensitized to the antigen. The immune system makes specific antibodies which bind specifically to a particular blood group antigen, and an immunological memory against the particular antigen is formed. These antibodies can bind to the antigen on the surface of transfused red blood cells, often leading to destruction of the cells by recruiting of other components of the immune system. So, there are two most important blood group systems were discovered during early experiment with blood transfusion, the ABO group in 1901 and the Rhesus group in 1937. These two groups are reflected into the common nomenclature A positive, O negative, etc., with letters referring to the ABO group are positive, negative to the presence or absence of the Rhesus D antigen of the Rhesus group. Therefore, on the development of the Coombs test in 1945 and the advent of transfusion medicine led to the discovery of the more blood groups. Blood group AB individual have both A and B antigen on the surface of their RBCs and their blood serum do not contain any antibodies against either A or B antigen. Therefore, an individual with type AB blood can receive blood from any group but can only donate blood to other group of AB individual. Therefore, blood group A individual have the A antigen on the surface of their RBC and blood serum contain IgM antibodies against the B antigen. Therefore, A group individual can only receive blood from individual group of A or O and can donate blood to individual of group A or AB. Blood group B individual have the B antigen on the surface of their RBCs and blood serum containing IgM antibodies against the A antigen. Therefore, a group B individual can only receive blood from individual of group B or O and can donate blood to individual of group B or AB. Blood group O individual do not have either A or B antigen on the surface of their RBC, but their serum contain IgM antibodies against both A or B antigen. Therefore, a group O individual can only receive blood from a group of O individual, but they can donate blood to individual of any ABO blood group. Inheritance blood types are inherited and represent contributes from parents. Next is about Rh factor. Many people have the Rh factor on the RBC. Rh carrier do not have the antibodies on the Rh factor but can make them if exposed to Rh. Most commonly, Rh is seen when anti-Rh antibodies cross the mother's placenta into the child before birth. The Rh factor enters the child, destroying the child's RBC. This is called hemolytic disease. So, this is all about today. Thank you for watching this video.